Now, the first art of touch every man needs to know on my list today is the grounding touch. Now, my kings, why does touch even work? Why is it important that you know the art of touch? It is because women are very sensual. We experience the world through feelings. So if you're able to make us feel, then you're going the right way. If you're able to make us feel something within us, that's just it. And touch is a very good tool if you use it right. That could make a woman feel a lot, thereby letting her guard down and trusting you to be in control and lead. So the grounding touch is definitely one of the very first ones you should know, because this is the one that you can easily use with a woman that you're still getting to know, in a talking stage with a woman you're going out on the first date, second date, it's not yet deep, but you're trying to also make sure that she knows your intentions towards her are not just casual. You're trying to let her know that over here you are in control, you are in charge, and she can be safe, like she can just trust your leadership. So, like I mentioned in the previous video, it is something as little as you holding her lower back whilst she walked through the door. It can be something as little as you holding her hands whilst you walk down the road, making sure that she's on the inner side of the road whilst you're on the outer side and holding her hands. That's what gives her the feeling of safety. That's what gives her the feeling of, oh, okay, he leads, he takes charge. And then I can relax and know that I've got myself a man. That is what is going to help break that barrier. And you're making her feel, because you're making her feel safe. And like I already mentioned, the fact that you're making her feel something is already a big win. So yes, my kings, the grounding touch is definitely one of the very first arts of touch that every man needs to know. Another art of touch every man needs to know is the teasing touch. Now, my kings, this one works wonders. Again, it is good for a woman you're still getting to know. Of course, it works for a woman who is already your woman and you've known for years. But it is going to give you more leverage when it is a woman that you're still getting to know. Because remember, you're trying to make her feel safe. You're trying to be intentional with her. For her to know that you're not here for something casual. Whilst also not being too pushy. Whilst also not acting like you're trying to force her into anything. That is the whole goal. That is why the teasing touch works so well. Because here you're not doing too much, but you're still doing something. You are making her feel something. And that is you probably placing your hands on her thigh when she's talking to you. Just rubbing her thigh a little bit, not too firmly, just grazing through it. Or maybe through her neck. Or probably just getting her hair off her face, even if it's not in her face, while she talks. And you don't just pull away immediately. You let it linger a little bit. Again, letting her know, I know you're feeling this. You're making her feel something. Like I said, that's the goal here. Once she's able to feel, you're on the right path. You're on the right track. So that's it. That teasing touch, letting her know that, okay, there is more where this is coming from, but this is just the tip of the iceberg for you to know that I can do it. I am not scared of doing it. I am not scared of taking charge. I am not scared of taking control. And that, of course, is something you as a king should have. And like I mentioned, it also goes well with your woman. Because when you're trying to build tension, you can also use it. Tease her a little bit. Make her yearn for it. Because that's the whole thing. She wants it. You know she wants it. You want it too. But we are going slow. Because the more you're able to make her feel, is the more you're going to have her just letting herself go and letting you lead. And it's the more you're going to get her in a place where she actually does something from her own end. Because you're building tension. At some point, it's going to be like, let's get to this already. Why are you slacking? So you're also going to give her the opportunity to also make some moves from her own end. So yes, my kings, the teasing touch is the art touch that you definitely need to know. Another art of touch every man should know is the command touch. Now my kings, remember, the goal here is to make this woman feel safe, make her know that you can lead without being too pushy or looking too needy, looking like you're just here for the whole going down. That's all you're about. So with this command touch, it is you letting a woman know that over here, we don't beg, we lead. And it is something as simple, because remember, we are taking it really slow. Very simple, very cutesy, very demure, in a way that it doesn't just speak sensual from the beginning, but you're going to make her feel things that could lead to that. That's the whole point. So this is where probably you're talking, she's talking to you deep in the conversation, and you just pull her closer to you. Hands around her waist, pull her closer. Hold her gaze for a little while and let go without saying anything. Now that pause, that silence is already saying so much. And the moment you let her go, a whole lot is going to be going through her mind and her body. And that is why this works, because she's not just feeling your presence, she's also feeling the power in the silence. You actually said nothing, but you said a whole lot without saying anything. Now she's going to go home remembering that moment, thinking, what might have happened next? What if? Maybe I should have. Maybe if I had. And that is it. You are getting it right, because the more she thinks about it, the more she thinks about you, the more you're winning. The more she's going to be able to just let go, be herself around you. For a bold woman, by the next time you're grabbing her waist, she's grabbing yours. And that's it. This is you not saying, I'm here for your body, but still letting her know that you're not here for casual stuff. Because that's the thing. If you don't make this presence early enough, now she takes you as, okay, just a friend. And before you know, you're just there, and you're friend zoned. But when you make this grounded moves early, she already knows what you're here for. And you're already making her feel things that will make her open to what you're here for. So that's it. It works. The command touch is an art of touch you should definitely know as a king. Another art of touch that every man should know is the stero touch. Now my kings, this is kind of similar to the command touch, but here you're not doing so much of pulling. It is just you probably having a conversation with her, holding her jaw, lifting it up, and gazing into her eyes. You do it for some time, just stay still, doing nothing else is going on, and then you let her go. It is you just saying, you are mine. And this works wonders even for a woman who is already yours. You are in an argument with your woman, she's talking, trying to make you see her point. You grab her jaw, lift her face, gaze into her eyes like you're piercing into her soul for some minutes or seconds, and then just let her go. Again, you're making her feel, and that is what is important. As subtle as this might sound, as crazy as it sounds, it works wonders. If you're a king on here who has ever used any of these arts of touch, please drop it in the comment section so that other kings can get what I'm saying. Because I am saying this because it is real. It is real. It is subtle. It is simple. It's not you doing too much, but it works wonders. So yes, my kings, the steel touch is another art of touch every man should know. Now, the last art of touch on my list today that every man should know is the almost there touch. Now, my kings, this also works wonders for a woman you're just getting to know and also for your woman. Again, you're trying to make her feel. So this is something that comes up for a woman you're getting to know when she's agreed to your proposal, you're now dating, but it's new. So it means that you're still, both trying to get really comfortable around each other. Probably when you want to have your first going down, it's still new. You're both new to each other, but you're trying to let her know that you're still in control here without being overly needy, without being too pushy. That is where you just hover around the sensual parts of her body. It could be her inner thigh, it could be around her neck, it could be close to the honey pot, but not actually touching the honey pot. It is you kind of saying, I know you want more, but not yet. Let's set you a little bit on fire before we get to the main deal. That's it. And it is likely to drive any woman crazy because it's like you're so close. So what's up? What's the hold up? What is holding you? And that is where you want her. You want her in a place where, like in the previous video, she can go out for you in ways that only you can experience, in ways that is only between you and her. That you get to see a side of her that everyone else doesn't get to see. You do this and you spark up so much in a woman's system that she's all over you. She's now the one even pushing, okay, let's get to this already. Because you've sparked up something in her that gives you that kind of reaction. And that is a win for you. Because even if it's a woman that you've already been with for a while, it's always going to make her look forward to having you around. It's always going to make the experience fresh and new every time. You're both never going to get used to it because there's always something fresh. There's always tension. And that is always going to unlock a side of her that is just wild, new, even to her herself. So yes, my kings, the art of touch is something that if you use it right, you can get even the shyest of women going wild on you. She's going to want to be there always. She's going to crave you. And it is not because you're chasing, but because your energy demands that she comes closer. This is something that works wonders, like I mentioned, because first, it relaxes her body, her mind, letting her know that she's safe with you. Now she lets her guard down, and then it ignites her. Set her on fire, set her ablaze in ways that she never even thought was possible. And that's it. You're getting that reserved woman who is always by herself, not doing too much, being a lioness for you when it is just you and her. And you're getting her wanting more of you without you chasing, without you coming off as too needy or being pushy. So that's it for this video, my kings. These are the 5 arts of touch every man needs to know. Please do let me know if you found this video interesting and informative as well. Do also subscribe if you haven't done that already. Turn on the notification bell. Like this video. Drop a comment down below. Share this video with your family and friends. And see you in the next one. Bye.